Right, we're with Rebecca Adlington. She's just come out of the pool after 2 hours, Rebecca. 2 hours. It's winter, it's snowy outside, it's freezing. What time you get up?
5 this morning, but it wasn't too bad. Just let my little dog out and then just came straight here.
People are sliding and slipping all over the place. They're in thick coats, it's freezing cold, and you're swimming.
I know. I did nearly fall over at the start when I walked in though. It's so icy, and Bill nearly fell over as well, which was more funny. But yeah, it's not nice diving into a cold pool, but at least it's nice and warm in here.
You've been doing this for 8 years. You're 20 years old. People forget this, the life of a swimmer. They'd like to have your gold medals, but they wouldn't necessarily like to do the hard yards.
No, everybody's always like, why do you get up so early? But it's just because people obviously go to school or have uni or do stuff in the day, and because you've got to train twice as well, you need a long enough break in the day to kind of be able to do what you want, gym, physio, go back to bed, and do normal stuff in the day as well, whereas everybody's just like, you get up too early. And I'm like, I know, it's like the middle of the night. It's alright in the summer when it's nice and sunny and like it's light outside when you get up, but de-icing your car in the morning is not nice.
But this isn't right, Becky. Everybody's got this idea of Becky Adlington, double gold medalist, superstar, famous, a household name in Britain. Isn't life glamorous? The reality is...
It's not glamorous at all. Just always constantly having wet hair, getting up at 5:20. I go to bed at 9:30 at night, every night. It's just not a glamorous life, no.
It's got to be worth it, though.
Oh, it definitely is worth it.
Now, why is it worth it?
Just because you do put all the hard work in, but then because I genuinely love doing what I do, that you can't, everybody always says, why do you love it? And you can't really answer that. I just do. You can't help loving something, and I've always loved swimming. And then at the end of the day, when you do something either like I did at Olympics, and it all comes together, it all pays off, and you just feel relieved, satisfied that you've achieved everything that you wanted to achieve, and that's just the best feeling in the world.
So listen, it's not been well, it's been an okay year, but by your lofty standards, it's not been the best year. So just could you explain to those who think, oh, what's gone wrong? Actually, not too much has gone wrong, and there's a lot left to come.
Yeah, it's not been a complete disaster. Started the year obviously with the trials in March, and I was able to do second best time, which I did from obviously the previous year at Olympics, which I was so pleased with, and obviously showed I improved a little bit, so I was really happy with that. And then going to the World Champs, I came away with 2 bronze medals, which I cannot complain about. The 4x2 was such a good race, and I love racing with all them British girls. It's just a lot more fun event, and all come together as a team rather than just kind of being so individual. So that one was a brilliant race. And then obviously for the 400 free, I was so pleased with that as well. I was able to do a PB again, even from the outside lane, which was very good for me. The 800 was disappointing, and obviously the 4th place, hate coming 4th, but it wasn't as bad as I thought looking back on it. It was only 3 seconds over my time, but still, I still wanted to kind of do a lot more, and I expected a lot more and wanted to achieve more, obviously. But no, and then obviously finishing the year off at Jewel in the Pool, which was such a good event. I think everybody loved it, even though USA beat us by a hell of a lot. We still really enjoyed it, and it was so much fun. The atmosphere was brilliant, the crowds were absolutely loving it, and we got a few good performances under our belt, obviously the British team as well. And for me, the 800 was a very good swim for me. I was really pleased with it and able to get a win as well.
Now, what else has happened this year? You've moved house, and that's a big deal, isn't it? You've left the nest.
I have. I've left my mum cooking. That's what I miss the most.
Have you noticed now then at home, like you open the fridge and there's no food in? How did that happen? There's no food. And
it's always about every single time I go home, the fridge is packed. And then now I go to my home, like nothing to eat. It's just a standard thing. But no, I do like living on my own. It's a lot easier kind of being closer to training and being kind of close to everybody. So that definitely is a benefit, but obviously it is a shame that you don't live at home, because I do miss kind of my family. But I've got a little dog, so she keeps me company.
Now, what's the dog? What's it called? What make is it?
It's a cross. It's a Maltese Bichon. So it's just a little white fluffy thing called Daisy, and she's just so cute. She's only about 15 weeks old, but she's just so sweet, and I just love her to bits.
You've got to take her for walks.
I know, yeah, she's a bit too small at the minute, but She does go a little walk, but she gets quite tired quite quick because she's only a puppy. But she started going a few times, but she does not get the lead aspect at all. She just starts chewing the lead. I'm like, no, that's not what it's for, but she'll realise.
Does she swim?
I've not even tried to put her in a bath or do that. I don't want to kill her.
Christmas, always a nice time for the Adlington family. You've just been exalling the virtues of the Yorkshire pudding, which is not part of the traditional Christmas lunch.
No, it isn't normally, but I don't like stuffing, so it's kind of my replacement. And I love my mum's Yorkshire pudding. It's just the nicest thing in the world, and she knows it's my favourite, so she always does the Yorkshire pudding, which is nice of her, but I love it, so I don't care that it's not traditional.
Now this goes further actually, because it's not just Christmas dinner, is it? You pretty much have Yorkshire pudding with anything?
Not anything, I don't think it would go with anything. I just love my favourite meal of whole was my mum's Sunday roast, and Yorkshire pudding is just my favourite bit of it. Yorkshire pudding and the meat is definitely my favourite bit.
Yeah, but hold on a minute, you've just done 2 hours of training here, and you're going to go back to your flat in Nottingham where you're going to eat. And what are you suggesting you're going to eat?
It's just because I'm craving Yorkshire puddings. It's not actually like I will have them. I will just have cereal, but I do fancy them. I don't know why. I just.
How about cereal inside the Yorkshire pudding?
Oh, the milk will make it go a bit soggy and vegan, but no, I won't have Yorkshire pudding this morning. It's just a case of, because you're training for 2 hours, all you can think about is food, and I think because Christmas is coming up, I was just thinking about it a bit too much, so then I was like, oh, I really fancy it, but no, I'll just stick to my Weetabix minis.
Now the public perception, of course, double Olympic champion, household name, doesn't quite fit in with the craving for Yorkshire pudding and cereal as you go back to your flat at 9 o'clock in the morning. But then the public perception is always not the reality, is it?
Yeah, no, definitely not. They expect you to be something completely different, and they're always like, really? You have Weetabix? I was like, yeah, what's wrong with that? But yeah, just normal standard life, and everybody thinks it's so glamorous when it's really not. And going to bed at 9:30 every night isn't exactly party central.
When you get in the car to drive back to your flat, what CDs are you going to play?
I just normally listen to Radio 1. I love Radio 1 in the morning, Chris Miles or Scott Mills when he's on. I just love normally listening to radio, but I do stick my iPod on and just, I like a bit of everything. A bit of JLS at the minute.
Bit of JLS?
Yeah.
Ah, did he catch X Factor?
Yes, I did.
Happy with the result?
I wanted Ollie to win. I thought Joe was absolutely lovely and he's got an amazing voice. I just loved Ollie's charm and the way he performed, and I just thought he was a real entertainer.
Now listen, you were at the BBC Sports Personality, weren't you, in Sheffield this year? I saw you over the other side of the room. Were you thinking during that show, who's won X Factor?
Yes.
Did you find out?
I did check my phone after it finished and was like, oh, I found out who's won. But no, I recorded it and watched it as soon as I got home.
Did you?
Yeah.
Have you seen any good films recently? In fact, have you done any fun recently apart from train?
No, I'd go to the cinema. I went to see Nativity, and that was so good. I absolutely loved that film. It was funny, it was just Christmassy, it was everything you want from a film. But I loved The Hangover this year as well. That was just such a good film, just makes me laugh. I watched that at Worlds and absolutely loved it, so that's going to be one of my favourite films as well.
When was the last time you had a hangover?
A long time ago.
And when's the next time you're going to have a hangover?
Probably a long time in the future as well.
After you've won the gold medal at the 2016 Olympics?
Yeah, once I retire.
Yeah, well you're only 20 years old, so you've got a few years left inside you yet.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'll keep going as long as kind of I still enjoy what I'm doing and still think I've got a little bit more in me, so who knows when that is.